Well, what is going on, guys? Luke here today, and with all the news on Tesla with delays and all the negativity in the market and inflation running wild, it's time to update my Tesla price target. I already let my group in on the new price target along with another announcement about a course or series of videos on how to live wherever you want for free or your dream location for free, as I got called out for going on vacation and then turning it into an investment opportunity instead of enjoying vacation and not working. But I wanted to let you guys in on the new price target change as well, so you guys are going to get that today. So I'll give you the number, the good, the bad, the reason behind it, and I'm sure everyone's favorite or least favorite bull on Tesla will give his take as well at the end. I just ask in exchange for you to gently tap that like button and consider subscribing too. It's super easy to do if you like the truth without the hype. So here are some of the biggest mistakes investors are making right now, especially with Tesla stock. Number one, you're making investing decisions because of emotions. If you have that sinking feeling when you see red day after red day and Tesla goes from 900 to 700 to 600, or if you feel FOMO when it runs up from that 600 back up to 750 in like a week, that is exactly what I'm talking about. Number two, you still have not done a full valuation on Tesla stock, which leads me to mistake number three. You are jumping from video to video on YouTube, hoping someone will give you the right answer to should you buy, should you wait, or even sell, and at what price targets and all that sort of stuff like that. This is a recipe for destruction in your Tesla stock. But there is a solution to avoid that destruction, and it's for everyone. New investors, old investors, people with $1,000 accounts, and seven-figure accounts, as all of those groups are represented in the over 1,000 members who are part of the Market Insider's private group, which is the ultimate wealth building community full of people like you changing their financial futures, and your ability to try the group for free ends tomorrow. We have over 100 different tutorials and lessons for you to take to avoid those mistakes, learn how to plan and do evaluation, and it's also where we have lessons on mastering your money, building up passive income, and retiring early and being financially independent. And you will have full access to the course on living in your dream location for free when it's released. And you are not only helping yourself and your family build a better future, you are also helping others in need, as half of everything right off the top goes to charity. So make sure you secure your free trial now before the free trial goes away. Okay, so let's talk about Tesla stock's price target, as there's been a lot of positive developments around Tesla and it has us all excited. But to be honest, there are still a lot of headwinds and maybe too many headwinds to overcome. With the illness impacting Shanghai, as we all know, we know it, what went from a few days of lockdown turned into a few weeks, and who knows what will happen from there over the course of the rest of the year. You cannot have your best producing facilities shut down for weeks at a time and expect a huge jump up in deliveries, or even just to be able to keep up with deliveries. Now, I agree, if anyone can do it, Tesla can, but again, this is an unknown, and we have no idea how many more times the lockdowns will happen as the year progresses. And I know, before you guys even start yelling at me, it seems like the message from the Chinese government is they get it and their strategy is basically flawed and it kind of sucks. But I'm not going to put all my faith in that government not changing their mind again, because that to me just doesn't seem prudent in my opinion. Bottom line, this hurts more than expected, and with delivery estimates not coming in as strong as expected, you have to adjust your price target for that.
But Luke, Tesla has Giga Berlin and Texas now open, and they are incredible. Doesn't that count for something and maybe saves Tesla's bacon?
Well, you're right. Stand up for those two factories is huge for Tesla in the coming years to mitigate this exact risk. But for this year, they may not be able to offset the missed weeks that Shanghai had this year, like they will absolutely be able to do in the following years when both of those new factories are operating at 100%. And you also have the fact that Tesla itself is telling you that it's not smooth sailing with those new factories, but that they are struggling to get going so far. Not that Tesla cannot solve it or anything else like that, and they will never produce a vehicle like some other person said because they have fake factories that don't make anything. Like, seriously, somebody said that. I can't believe it. It's one of those things that just kind of blows your mind that somebody would say that. But, they did. And I honestly don't know where that guy was going with all that talk like that. It was just utterly ridiculous. But I am just simply saying that starting up two state-of-the-art factories at the same time using equipment and techniques that have never really been done at scale before is taking longer than expected, which means they cannot help with this year and may not meet the production goals that were expected for this year, which means you may have to make an adjustment for that. Again, it's astonishing. I agree with what they're doing long term and what they're doing right now, but not something that's going to add $200 to the share price this year. I mean, I would love for that to happen, but I just don't see that happening.
But Luke, what about the dedicated robo-taxi and all the other things that Elon is saying is coming?
Once again, you are right once again. I mean, it was officially announced by Elon, which makes it a reality, which means the resources will now move towards it. ARK Invest has it set at $327 billion in revenue generated by 2025 and over $1 trillion by 2020. Trillion by 2023. Anyways, $1 trillion by 2030, if I could speak. There we go. Finally got it out there. Trust ARK's, estimates for whatever the heck you think that was. I think a lot of people are kind of soured on ARK, but those are some pretty big estimates. Just astounding numbers, and the fact that we now have some clarity on what is coming, I'm sure there will be updates to those projections. But there is one problem with this in regards to the, what we're talking about right now, which is the price target and how it relates to the stock price this year. How much of that revenue will come in this year? This year, 2022. I think we can all agree that it's zero on those projects. So how much do you think investors are going to be willing to pay now for that future revenue that may be coming in the future? And my guess is, especially in this kind of environment, not much, if any. So we have Shanghai losing significant time, due to the shutdowns. For now, we have 2 new factories that are not ramping as fast as expected and are costing a lot of money. And I agree, they will print money in the future, but for now, they are not, and the robo-taxi and a lot of the other stuff like that is years away from bringing in revenue and will cost the company money in the meantime to get to that point. And we have a recession that is coming, which I've already covered before, and I don't think all the doom and gloom is going to be the reality, but I'm not going to just ignore it either, even if it is part of the normal business cycle, and it won't be the worst ever either. I still can't just ignore it. That doesn't mean that it won't have an impact on Tesla. Even if it is a small impact, it will still have an impact on Tesla. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that pesky thing called inflation that seems to finally be getting addressed, but that will also take time to kind of tame it and get it all under control too. And I mean a lot of time here, guys. It's not going to happen over the next few months as they continue to raise rates up. It takes time for that to happen. But with all that and the general sentiment in the market probably not flipping in time to send Tesla on another epic run, I don't see Wall Street pushing Tesla to the $1,355 by the end of the year that I had. Now, slow down before getting all riled up. This doesn't mean I don't think they will get there or that it's going to 400 or anything else like that. Heck, I could be completely wrong together and it could blow right through that number. I mean, I'm just a guy here on YouTube making videos. But I think if we see it just return to all-time highs by the end of the year, that would be amazing. And so that is the max that I see it going. And honestly, I'm hoping that I'm wrong. I'm hoping that it hits my price target, or even better yet, ARK's price target, or Chicken G's, or, Stephen Mark Ryan's, or anyone else. And that's simply because I've been buying, so being wrong in this scenario works out great for me. But I wanted to be real instead of just pumping it to the moon and give you guys where I'm seeing it as of now, but we will see what happens. We are past the halfway point, and I know Elon is working overtime to get Tesla there. I mean, seriously, has anyone else noticed that there hadn't been a lot of Twitter and a lot of tweets going on right now? I don't know. I just thought that was kind of strange that I didn't see it. I saw it in my feed for, it seemed like 6 months. So here he is with pretty much a verbal assault on everyone. I probably need to stop giving him the time on the channel, but some of you asked for it, so honestly, you're going to get it. Here's the Tesla bull.
Look, you stupid freaking idiot! Who the heck lowers price targets for Tesla? Let me answer that for you. Only bears and short sellers and people who walk around sniffing their own farts, or the guy who buys a our shoes panties lower price targets for Tesla. You probably get 8 of those, don't you, Luke? The market cap should be at 72 trillion right now, and you aren't sure if it will get to all-time highs by the end of the year? That's preposterous! Let me show you what I do to your price targets. I crumble it up, and then I drop the elbow from the top rope. Because I'm the Tesla ball! I'm the Tesla ball!